Coca-Cola's Christmas marketing goes back over 100 years to when they released their first Christmas marketing campaign. The goal back then wasn't to associate themselves with Christmas. It was the 1920s. Coca-Cola had a different problem. No, it wasn't the one that you're thinking of. That was solved years before. Coca-Cola is normally served cold. So back in the 1920s, people usually regarded it as more of a summer drink, not a winter drink. So, as you could expect, in the winter, sales dropped, and Coke needed to fix this. So, they needed to position themselves as a year-round brand. Thus, the slogan, "Thirst knows no time nor season," was born. Over the next few years, they released a few different depictions of Santa, and they had the slogan, "Thirst knows no time nor season." This is key because their goal was not to associate themselves with Christmas at that point. It was just to make themselves a year-round brand. They were also one of the first to focus on lifestyle marketing, showing how Coca-Cola fit into everyday life. Then 1930 came. This is when Fred Mizen's print ad of Santa in a department store debuted. This was Coke's first experimentation of associating the brand with Christmas. Santa did not have the "Thirst knows no time nor season" slogan or any other Coca-Cola branding. Well, the name Coca-Cola, but nothing like the price or anything like that. It was just Santa happy in a department store drinking a Coca-Cola. Essentially, Santa endorsing Coca-Cola. Then 1931 came, and that is when Haddon Sunbloom was commissioned to make the Santa we all know today. This isn't going to be a history video on Santa, but to clarify, no, Coca-Cola did not create red and white Santa. They weren't even the first to use it in public advertisements. The personification of Christmas actually goes back to the 15th century, and the Santa that Sunbloom has is inspired by an 1823 poem, and St. Nicholas, back in the 4th century, wore red and white. So that goes way further back than 1931. Next event in Coca-Cola's Christmas marketing isn't really Christmas marketing, it's just when Sprite Boy was created in 1942. And Sprite Boy was Santa's sidekick. The name Sprite is actually a word for person with elf-like features. Sprite Boy appeared in ads with Santa and on his own. But Sprite Boy's purpose was brand unification, because in the 1940s is when Coke and Coca-Cola were trademarked to mean the same thing. Sprite Boy, funny enough, actually came 20 years before Sprite. They have no association, but it probably helped Coke have an easier time trademarking the name Sprite. Haddon Sunbloom remade this Santa until 1964. 64 is when Sunbloom created his last version of Santa for Coca-Cola. His contract ran out. He still did Santa artwork up until he died in 1976, and his last feature was in 1972 for a Playboy cover. Between 64 and 92, we don't really have any significant events in the Christmas marketing. It was essentially copy and pasting Sunbloom's Santa on different platforms like TV and like all the other older platforms. We're way past those ones now. TV, radio. How are you gonna do that on radio? Sorry, boss. In that time frame, Coke's marketing was more focused on becoming a global brand with their campaigns like "I'd like to buy the world with Coke," and they also created Diet Coke, and then they also created New Coke, so that flopped in 79 days, so then they had to fix New Coke. I really did my best to bridge the gap. So what I did find is that they made Christmas decorations, which are really nice, and if they sold them, then that means they're getting money to market inside your house every season. That's pretty good. Imagine getting paid for your ads. Oh wait, that's what I do. And they appeared in a few movies too.
Hey, easy on the fluids, pal. The rubber sheets are packed.
Then came the 90s! And in the 90s is when the polar bears were introduced. The first use of the polar bears was actually in 1922. Like I said before, in the 20s, their goal was to make Coke a year-round brand. So the first ad here of the polar bear reinforces that, because it's the polar bear drinking Coca-Cola in the winter. The polar bears actually appeared in ads sporadically throughout the next 70 years. But these polar bears in particular came from the Always Coca-Cola campaign. This campaign was to modernize Coke and show that it was a timeless brand. This was an initial run of 27 commercials aired to different audiences. The ads ran around the world and included a variety of technological innovations. Now this was the 90s, so these technological innovations were animation and CGI, which is just kind of everyday stuff for us nowadays. One such commercial, Northern Lights, introduced what would become one of Coke's most iconic characters, the animated polar bear. People loved this commercial, and people inside of the Coke company did not know that they had accidentally created their next Santa. Then came '95, and that is when the Christmas trucks debuted, the final pillar of Coca-Cola's iconic Christmas marketing. The Coca-Cola Christmas truck is now one of the most commonly associated things with Christmas, with many people saying, you know it's Christmas when you see the Coke trucks on TV, although I haven't really seen them on TV lately. Now here are some cool facts about the Coke truck. The Coke truck commercial special effects were done by the same people who did Star Wars. By 1998, the commercial had aired in over 100 countries. The truck initially began making rounds in the UK in 2010. Between 2001 and 2007, Coca-Cola stopped using their Christmas adverts in the way everybody had been used to, and due to public uproar, they had to bring them back. In 2013, 2 million people visited the Coke website to figure out where the truck was going to be and if it was going to be near them. The famous Santa Claus created by Haddon Sundblom is the main feature on the trucks, and in 2001 is when they actually animated the Sundblom Santa, and that's where the iconic Santa winking and drinking a Coke comes from. That essentially sums up the Christmas marketing. It's really been rinse and repeat like that for the last 20 years. The Christmas trucks, your animated Santa, and your polar bears. And that's how a lot of companies tend to work. Once you have a lot of marketing and branding built up, it's really streamlined and you can just repurpose your old stuff. So that's one thing that can help you as a smaller business owner. Some also honorable mentions are that they also had their bow tie bottles, and one thing that I remember a lot is the Christmas ball bottles. Apparently that was only on for 1 year, but it really feels like it was on longer than that. It feels like my mom had them a lot. One time I told my 5th grade teacher my mom was a Coke addict. I didn't know that there was 2 different kinds of Coke. They also dabbled into Christmas movies for a couple of years. I don't know if they stopped, but they haven't made them in 2 years, so I don't know. A lot of people say that they're really focused on AI, which is getting them some backlash now, notably their recent Christmas truck commercial with the Christmas truck killing all those AI people. I hope they have good AI Christmas truck insurance, because if not, they're going to be in for it. Because, you know, they really got a lot of evidence against them in that AI video. That really sums up the Christmas marketing there. If you managed to get this far, I hope you liked the video. I try to make marketing content entertaining, so if you like that type of stuff, please subscribe.